At 6 in the morning, while we were still in bed, Kev signed himself out of the hospital. He caught a cab back to the festival and met up with Gabe and the Mario brothers. They blended C3PO with cocaine and ketamine, but they got the mixture wrong, and 2 hours later, as the tour prepared to pack up, those idiots were found wide-eyed and paralyzed, choked to death on bloody foam. Kev left the grounds in an ambulance for the second and final time. There was no need for flashing lights on this trip, and by noon, the entire festival was cordoned off, locked down tight. Have you ever seen France's national police force react to a well-founded suspicion that a low-budget music festival is actually a global front for the distribution of synthetic super-opiates? Forget about those Clouseau cops from the Pink Panther movies. I'm not talking about postcard gendarmes with canvas kepis. These goons came wrapped and capped in Kevlar with barking dogs and great big guns, kicking in doors and laying on hands. They dragged me and Brady naked to the lounge of his coach for interrogation while they tossed the place like bingo balls from stem to stern. Nobody can demote your self-esteem and make it belly crawl like two snotty French detectives in tailored suits, chain-smoking Gaulois and asking crafty questions in better English than the MTV trash patois I grew up speaking. When they smell blood, those cats can be proper fascist cunts with hospital corners. So that's how we spent our last weekend in Normandy, and on Monday, with no credible evidence of organized trafficking, the deaths of Kev and company were officially chalked up under shit happens, and the tour operators and talent, the vendors and support staff were cleared of culpability. The detectives returned our passports and politely invited our traveling show to pack up and get the fuck out of France. After the hearing, Brady and I split from the exonerated herd, walked down the corridor to the civil office, and put ink under our new arrangement. We stepped out of the courthouse holding hands and waded through a sunny mob of reporters and photographers crowding the stairs. The press went wild when they saw he'd lost the Brady bun. Dave had done me a solid and leaked news of our wedding to the media. He never told me how he knew the raid was coming down, but he assured me nothing incriminating was discovered in our trailer. I smiled, stood proudly beside Brady, fanned my fingers like a typical stooge bride, and showed off his grandmother's ring. The news broke within 30 minutes, and Melanie texted links to every story she could find. I read them all. I wished my nails weren't chipped, but I loved how I looked at that moment in those pictures. I looked happy. I was so fucking sure.